Obviously, Officer Darren Wilson was not indicted by the grand jury in the murder or the shooting death of Michael Brown.
What?
Yeah, shocking, right? You're totally shocked. We've got some video to show you what's happened basically since then, and then we'll rewind after that.
This is what community looks like.
You are in the streets, blocking the roadway. You are unlawfully assembled. You need to disperse immediately or you will be subject to arrest. Do it now.
The McDonald's, the window is broken into again. We saw a couple other stores broken into and looted.
Tear gas has been thrown, water bottles we witnessed being thrown at police.
Tear gas. Tear gas. This tear gas just dropped right near us. It's going to get very bad here if we don't have masks. Yeah, so they're throwing it back. There are a lot of beanbags being shown at tear gas.
What you're looking at is the aftermath of the grand jury deciding not to indict Officer Wilson.
That's one police cruiser that is fully engulfed right now. And then if you just turn to your right, our photographer, Snike DeMoss, is going to get you the other cruiser. That one is almost finished burning.
Okay, so that was obviously a lot of the fallout the evening of the decision. Now, I want to point out here, because I think this is being lost, that what happened here was that the grand jury decided to not send this to trial. This was not the trial itself.
Right.
I think it's important to say that because no one's really saying that on the news. This thing didn't even get to trial. There's a dead person and somehow it didn't get to trial.
An unarmed dead person.
Yeah, how many people, unarmed dead person.
Shot by at least 35 feet away.
Yeah.
Unarmed, 35 feet away, shot dead with 6 bullets, 12 of them, and 6 of them missed him.
And the grand jury said that's not enough evidence just to get this trial.
Meanwhile, there's a black cop in St. Louis County who is being charged with felony prosecution by that same prosecutor because he hit somebody in the hand and broke 3 of their fingers. He's being prosecuted, no grand jury. He's just going to prosecute him for felony.
Jimmy, are you implying there's some sort of racial element to this?
I think I am implying that prosecutors are racist, corrupt, transparently corrupt. And so is the police chief, so is Darren Wilson, so is that whole police department. My question is, when you see an out-of-control police department like this, they're tear gassing the news reporters again.
Right, okay, so
when does the feds come in and go, you guys aren't a police force anymore, you all have to go home?
All right, so we'll get to the reaction in a second, but just the first part, that this was the grand jury decision, not even trial. How many people do you think even understand that? Even the people that are out there at night that are upset, how many people actually get what really just transpired?
I think they get, I'm going to guess, I mean, in general, no one understands the grand jury process. It's a confusing process. I mean, it's for people who haven't.
Even the prosecutor doesn't understand.
He doesn't even understand.
He revealed yesterday that he has no idea how the grand jury system works, and he said it on live TV.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The fact is, there's no, I mean, they could reconvene another grand jury and prosecute him. Like, they could try it 10 times, you know? Or he could just skip
I didn't know that. So there isn't anything like double jeopardy when it comes to the grand jury.
He hasn't been charged.
No, he hasn't been charged.
Right.
Double jeopardy is for you're charged with a crime.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly unlikely because who would do that? But that said, it could happen. And the if say this guy just got reelected, he was unopposed. McCullough for another term as county prosecutor.
Why would you oppose him?
Yeah, who could? Yeah, what do you run on? You know, there's nothing you can grab onto. But theoretically, like if he were recalled, which is available to Missouri voters, then another prosecutor could come in and either convene a different grand jury, present the case differently, or just charge him outright based on the evidence they have. And I think based on what you saw in the grand jury testimony, you can see where a conviction on Darren Wilson would be difficult, right? That's clear.
A conviction in the trial, which it didn't get to.
If he were tried, because there are witnesses who give conflicting reports, and a jury would hear those.
That happens in every case. So it would, and for him saying because it might be difficult to prosecute it, he's not going to. Every case.
Let me make the whole point because I'm not saying obviously.
I want to cut you off.
obviously, he should have gone to trial because there's unquestionably enough there, and the grand jury theoretically shouldn't even have heard the people who the defense would have eventually called. But the fact is the defense would have eventually called him, and so you can see where, well, it might have been reasonable doubt, and you might have had a tough time getting 12 jurors. But the fact of the matter is nobody even, the defense witnesses, right, the witnesses who spoke on Darren Wilson's behalf and whose now testimony we've been able to read, we don't know who they are, but it's no one cross-examined them.
Right.
So, which would, you know, and you were like, so when he appeared to be reaching, might that be the kind of thing that somebody would do after they'd been shot in the stomach? That might have been what he was doing with his hands? Is that possible? And the guy would have said, well, yeah, probably. That's possible. I've never been shot in the stomach. So, but yeah, so I think they don't know. But what they do know, it doesn't matter whether they know the specifics. They know that justice was not done. They know that this guy, not only is he allowed to walk free, he didn't even have to do anything to walk free. He didn't even have to hire Johnny Cochran and sell a story and win a case because he had a lot of money. The system didn't even try. They just let him go.
This is the type of case that Johnny Cochran literally would have come back from the dead to probably. Actually, he probably wouldn't have been huge on it.